Something interesting I noticed about Nicaragua is that they constantly do their laundry like almost every single day. And the reason for that is that oftentimes there are water shortages and we have to take advantage of however much water we can store for the next day. Recently what happened was that we were almost running low on like 4 of our oil drum reservoirs that store the water, and it was almost to a point where like, you know, we were gonna have no water for the next day for today. But luckily it came back on this morning, and so what my mom did during the night was that probably like around like 2 o'clock or something, she has to wake up and then go straight to the like backyard where the hose is and fill up all the water storage containers. And then once one of those drums are filled up, she has to go back and move the hose to the next drum, and then the next drum, and then the next drum. And so it's kind of like an inconvenience that every single time during the night she has to wake up, check on the drum in order to move the hose to the next one. A very interesting thing I noticed about the public transportation system is that most of the public transport is done on buses. And so what they do on these buses is, instead of paying immediately while entering the bus, what you do is that there's this person called a cobrador, and what he does is he goes along the bus aisles and then just asks what stop are you getting off and collects your money there. And the way it works is that each location is part of a different zone. So if you're going from Tapaceri Alaman to Olla de Barro, that might be like 7 cordobas. But if you're going from Tapaceri Alaman all the way to Diriamba, you know, that's gonna be like 15 cordobas. I have this theory that like, you know, the way the public transit systems are an indicator of the development levels. For example, as I have mentioned in Nicaragua, we have that bus system with the cobradores. And then, you know, maybe the next level might be like, instead of the cobrador, you're just paying cash to the bus driver. And then like the next level of development is using those electronic bus ticket systems. Something a little different that happens in the US versus Nicaragua is that on the TV, the sort of content that they show is a little bit more graphic versus in the US. For example, I'm sure many of you guys have heard about the terrorist attacks that just happened in Barcelona, and it was interesting to see how much dead bodies and blood that they would show on the Nicaragua TV. I mean, something I would have never expected to see on like a US television network. Also, what I've noticed is that they only blur out the faces versus like the entire bodies, you know? Because usually what I would see in the US is that the news channels in the US would only show the ambulances or the people gathering around in order to show what had happened. Whereas in Nicaragua, they just go straight to the horrendous atrocities. So I'd never seen this before, but there's this regulation where every 3 months, the local government, like the mayor's office, they have this implemented where the local government of each pueblo will go to everyone's house and fumigate like mosquitoes and pests and all like other insects, kind of to like prevent the spread of dengue or malaria or Zika or any other vector-borne illnesses. And I guess that's sort of an indicator of how serious the problem of vector-borne illnesses are.